It's episode 11.
Yeah, we're coming off of a big episode from last week.
Yep, and we're back to our cave, where we do most of our episodes.
Yeah. This is gonna
As
be
you can see by the wonderful cave architecture seen on screen.
Yes.
Yeah, we're back in our cave.
This is gonna be a hard one to match after last episode.
Yep, just like this film doesn't quite match the energy of the last. This episode will also not quite match the lofty heights of our journey west.
West of the divide, that is.
Absolutely.
Which is the name of this film that we just watched.
Yep. Mere seconds ago.
Yes. So once again, we had Robert N. Bradbury as the director of this Lone Star Productions film.
My current favorite John Wayne director.
Yeah, that is undeniably. I think that's just fact.
Yeah.
He's been the best so far.
He hasn't posted up a brick yet.
True.
Well, for me. You didn't like his first outing.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which is understandable.
But there were some good things, and there were some good things in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we had lofty expectations after the Lucky Texan.
Too high. Our hopes were too high.
He did his best work, I think, too quickly, too early.
Yep.
But you know what?
I've got a pet theory that Bradbury and Knut were given the full budget for all of these movies all at once, because they're all made in 1934.
Yeah.
So I think they were just given a lump sum to make all these movies. Mm-hmm. And they greatly overestimated how much they could get done for cheaply. Yeah. And they quickly ran out of money and were like, okay, we need a stinker.
Yeah. But once again, we had some cast returns. We had Gabby Hayes.
He's back, baby.
He's back. One of our favorite actors.
Yeah,
he's great.
He continues to live in these films, though he is very much dead in reality. He's dead and buried and decayed and now a skeleton, probably.
Yeah. Presumably, yes.
He's presumably.
Yeah.
Unless he was mummified. Maybe. Then he could last several thousand years, unless he gets eaten.
I was gonna say, he's probably, if that's the case, he's probably eaten by now.
If he's a mummy, he's gonna get eaten.
His ass is not intact.
Please leave a comment if you know what that is. if you know what mumia is.
Oh man. Yeah.
Anyway, John Wayne movie.
This was made in 1934.
Mm-hmm.
We have not mentioned this. Also, what happened in 1934 was the Hays Code.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Our film buffs will know what that is, but for everyone else, this is the code of... Basically, it was the first time in Hollywood that said, these are the rules. You can have this in the movie, but you can't have this.
Yeah.
But these were put forward by a number of Catholic organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, you can't have anything overtly sexual, hard restrictions on violence. And these would become more severe and less severe over the years, all the way until like 1968, where they got replaced. But yeah, this happens in March of 1934.
Yep.
This movie was released in February of 1934,
Yeah.
So it is the last pre-code John Wayne movie.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Catholic organizations or whatever that, started this whole Hays Code thing. The Catholic Legion of Decency noted in IMDb, they condemned this film.
They don't like it.
They don't like it.
Which I understand. It's a deeply violent movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
not as much as they wanted it to be, I'm guessing.
No, probably not. Yeah, but
Because even before the Hays Code, people were like, you can't put that in a motion picture.
you can't have a horse flying off the cliff. You can't do that, man.
Oh, man. He was doing pretty good. What movie was that even in?
Oh shoot, that was a couple movies.
The horse
ago.
flying off the
That
cliff.
that was Riders of Destiny.
Riders
that
of
was
Destiny.
the first Lone Star Productions film.
Oh, yeah, that's the one you didn't
yeah,
like.
Yeah, and you loved it. Yeah.
Because of that scene.
Yeah.
I'll put it right here. That was pretty good. Let's see it again.
And again.
And again. We could all be reading a book right now. Alright, that's enough.
That's enough horse.
Horse violence.
Horse
Here, look, he
violence.
walks away. See, everything was worth
Yeah,
it.
he's okay. Don't worry about that horse. Though. He's fine. He's just a little traumatized.
Traumatized. Yeah, but he's a horse. He'll be
He's a-
fine.
He can't have too many thoughts in that noggin of his, right?
Especially not anymore.
I mean, look at him.
I mean, yeah, look at. Let's zoom in.
Oh, this is gonna be a bitch for you to edit.
No, yeah, this is a real problem, especially since I got 2 days to get this bad boy out.
That's okay.
It'll be fine.
And an exam.
And an exam.
That's alright.
Alright, it'll be fine. It's more important.
Enough of that, though. Let's get in the movie, I guess.
Yeah, let's start it off. The movie opens with just the darkest opening to any John Wayne movie we've had so far.
Yeah.
Of him just recounting to his friend Dusty how his father was brutally murdered in front of him and literally bled out on top of him, shielding him from the spray of bullets emanating from this gang of bandits, led by a man named Gentry, though John does not know this at the moment.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's talking with Dusty, and the two of them decide to go into town and investigate this murder that happened 12 years ago, because John is hungry for revenge, right? And this is sort of the opening of the movie. It's a revenge western. This is a very standard plot for one of these movies.
Yeah.
And right before they decide to leave, they find a man stumbling towards them who has drank water from a poisoned watering hole.
Yeah.
And he collapses dead in front of him. And it turns out he's a cattle rustling murderer with $5,000 on his head. And he was going to go work for a man named Gentry. This is the first time that name is introduced in the movie. And it turns out John looks an awful lot like this man, as we see from his wanted poster.
Yeah.
Which I believe is just John with like a 5 o'clock shadow, like he just let his beard grow a little bit.
Yeah.
And he tucked his chin down and kind of made himself look old.
It could be. We'll show the picture here.
Right here. Enhance. Make it red. Anyway. That was a bad choice. Anyway. This is all going on, and honestly, this movie plays out very by the books. So I think we just...
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows how this is gonna turn out.
Yeah.
John Wayne's gonna get the girl.
He's gonna kill. He's gonna either beat the shit out of the bad guy or kill the bad guy.
Both.
Both, I suppose.
He does beat the shit out of him. He
Yeah.
doesn't directly kill him.
Yeah. He discovers a long lost brother.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Spud.
Love Spud.
Spud's the brother.
Spud's awesome.
This is Spud. He's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy happens in the movie. It goes exactly how you'd expect. However, there are a few impeccable moments that I think we should just highlight, and this will be our quick fire Wayne episode. It's the shortest episode of the season.
Yeah.
Because I've got other things to do this week.
Yeah.
All right. First off, we get the worst chase ever.
Oh yeah, and there's like two of them back to back.
Yeah, it's horrific.
I just wrote down in my notes Chase Square.
Chase Square.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's just it's what I've complained about in these earlier John Wayne movies.
Yeah.
Just we need action, so we'll have horses slowly chase each other. However, the culmination of this chase, the two bandits chasing after the love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Name doesn't matter.
No. It's Faye. But that doesn't matter.
Oh, is it Faye?
It is Faye.
Well, there you go. This is Faye. But the two men chasing after her because she's got money and they want it, they're pissed because they don't catch her.
Yeah. Because
they're buffoons, as seen in them trying to catch her, and they both just fall off their fucking horses.
Yeah.
And then B, when they realize they can't catch up to her, one of them screams the most insane insult and then jumps at him like a flying banshee, and the two of them just go at each other.
Can't get her now. Why didn't you keep her when you had her? We never had her, you low-code fool!
You loco fool!
Yeah, that's from Yakima Canuck's character. Hank Hankerson, I think is his name.
It's Hank Henchman.
Hank Henchman? It's probably something like that.
His last name is Henchman. And it's fantastic. Lovely bit. Loved it. There's also the insult of pink-eyed weasel.
Pink-eyed weasel from the other Goonie. There's another great little shot. It's during the horse chase, and one of the horses just collapses.
Yeah, Faye's horse.
That horse was so pissed off from the chase. He was sick of it.
Yeah, the screenwriters just realized, oh, Faye can get away easily.
Yeah.
Her horse has to collapse and run away.
Yeah.
For no reason. For no reason. It's right here. But it's spectacular. Another thing, Dusty's character, Gabby Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
God bless this man. He loves his chew.
He's always chewing.
He's always chewing. Here's every instant of him chewing throughout the entire movie.
It turns out we greatly underestimated exactly how often this man chews throughout the movie. So rather than subjecting you to all of them, here are a few of my favorite moments throughout the movie.
hope you enjoyed that, viewers.
That sure was enthralling.
That's
Let's
right.
see it again. No, I'm not gonna do
God,
that.
man.
No.
Show some mercy. Jesus.
It's
That's
pretty-
probably gonna be like a whole minute of chewing. At
Oh, it's
least.
longer.
It probably will be.
Because any scene he's in, he's chewing.
Yeah.
And I'll just zoom in on his face.
Oh my
The
God.
viewers will know this because they'll have already seen it.
Yeah.
He loves his chew. So that goes on. That happens throughout the film.
Faye gets shot.
They get shot, but she's fine.
She's fine.
John
It
and
was just a
Dusty
little-
save her.
Little artery.
An artery was severed in,
Yeah,
in, her,
that's no problem.
in her fucking head.
Yeah.
But she's fine,
She's
and
fine.
you can hardly tell anything happened because
Yeah.
she's a woman in a 30s Hollywood movie. If she's not pretty, why is she in the movie? That's their ruling, not mine. I don't think that. But yeah, that happens. We meet Spud. Spud almost fucking dies on a wagon.
Yeah, he goes and takes the wagon to gather some provisions, and he doesn't know how to drive shit.
Nah, he's fucking awful.
He's
and he
terrible.
really should have been beat by his stepfather.
Yeah, twice.
Twice. He should have been beaten more because he basically admits to being abused, and by God, wagons are expensive. But no,
man.
John saves him after the wagon fucking explodes,
Where
and the
we
two
can-
of them race away on a
Yeah.
chariot.
Yeah, what's crazy? Spud sort of like hangs on to John
Like a backpack.
like a child monkey or something, and they're doing the Ben Hur chariot. It's crazy. It's incredible.
It's
It's great.
again a highlight of the first half of the movie.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a movie with Yakima Kana if you didn't have a chariot scene.
Yeah, we thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
But then, good guy John, he's like, don't worry, I'll get everything your dad wanted from town on my mule, the iconic ball-kicking mule from the last film. Good to see a return.
Yeah.
And they go back to him, and he's like, but my pa's gonna beat me. It's like, I won't let him. And sure enough,
He gets beaten.
almost.
Yeah.
He pulls his father's like, go over to the house, and he follows him. And then Dusty and John speak for a second, and we cut back to the front of the house. Spud's dad has a literal bullwhip, and he's about to
Yeah.
whoop the shit out of Spud. It was horrifying. And
Yeah.
like, Spud gives a real scream of terror.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then John just starts beating the shit out of this guy. It's fantastic. Just a classic 30s fight where they're just wailing on each other.
And there's no music or anything, so the only sound effects are like when they punch, they just get a little.
Yeah. If they collide at all. Otherwise, it's just their feet shuffling.
Yeah. that's it.
It's spectacular.
Magnificent.
But yeah. Yada yada yada. Some more garbage happens that you know will happen. The love interest's father's ranch they're gonna rustle the cattle from it.
Yep. We get a great scene here of them rustling the cattle.
We get to hear the cattle marching out, and by God are they noisy.
Yeah, moo.
Moo,
Moo.
moo, water, moo,
Water.
moo, water. Yeah, a lot of cows.
Yeah,
I'm really
it's like
glad.
a straight, like, minute and a half of just cows.
Mooing.
Just mooing.
And they used like the same 5 cow sound effects
Yeah.
over and over and over and over and over again. It's fantastic. You'll love to have that in the movie.
It's some cow action.
What's funny about this, though, this scene, this whole thing, is that John, being a good guy, throws a brick through their window. Don't go outside, they're waiting to kill you. Pretend you're not home. And they do this, and then the Gentry, the bandit leader who killed John's father, is like, hey, John, I was hoping you'd kill those folks in that house. And he's like, oh, it doesn't look like anybody's home. He's like, well, that's all right. You go kill him later. And he leaves. And this scene has been stuck in my mind ever since it happened because Gentry, cool with murder, not breaking and entering. God forbid he won't shoot a man inside his own house. He'll wait for him to walk outside of the house and then shoot him dead.
He has morals, goddammit. Love or hate him.
He's a good man! He's such a gray character. He's a good man!
Oh, man.
He's going up to heaven.
He is. Oh, man. Another great scene shortly after this is when Spud steals a gun. He steals an iron.
He steals it, but is that a good scene?
I mean, it's kind of cool. Like,
It's
you might
cool.
expect this little Spud child character to steal a gun, and then what he does is he starts replacing the ammo, and he's like...
He's
what's
like
he
fucking
doing?
with the bullets. What I think is happening, because it's hard to tell, is it looks like he's taking the actual, how do I say this? The bullet out of the casing.
Yeah.
The cartridge. And he's replacing it with looks like a piece of cork? Or some
Something.
soft material.
Yeah.
And the only reason you do that is if you want the gun to explode in someone's hand when they fire it.
Right.
Now, I have a theory for this scene. Spud's father, quote unquote, disappears from the movie.
Yeah.
I think that was his gun, and he was gonna grab it in the fight scene and fire it and have it explode in his hand, but the Catholic, what are they called? The Catholic League of Decency,
Yeah.
like, said it was too offensive, too violent,
Yeah.
and it was
You
removed.
can't blow someone's hand off.
No, because in the very end, when the villain gets shot by a firing squad of his own men,
Yeah.
rather poetically, right here,
All right, boys, let's riddle him with bullets. Why, it's Gentry.
there's no bullet. There's no bullet wounds. There's no
Yeah.
blood. None. Nothing. He just collapses.
Yeah. The only blood is from when Faye gets shot.
Yeah. Which makes me think they weren't... Like, that wasn't what was supposed to happen. Like, that feels like a kind of quick... We'll have everything wrap up very fast. Because that gun never shows up again. And that's a real specific scene to have.
Yeah.
And have it not pay off.
Very strange.
Very strange. It's a thinker.
Yeah.
It's a thinking man's movie.
Moo.
Moo. Here's him chewing again.
God damn it.
A horse. You had me write down a note. It just says horse sneeze.
Yeah, there's a
You
scene.
have to remind me of what that means.
They're riding on their horses. They meet up or something. I don't remember what they were talking about because I was just so.
You're
so
always
off
looking
hook.
at the horses.
I am. I'm obsessed with these goddamn horses.
You're analyzing these creatures,
Yeah, and
these
then
beasts of the
This
field.
horse just lets out a sneeze. It's right here.
I cannot for the life of me find what he is talking about right here. I can't find a single horse sneezing in the entire movie.
Bam! If I can find it, it's there. Yeah. Horse
But
sneeze.
It's an incredible scene. Horse sneeze.
Yeah. Then, we get the reveal that always happens in these movies, the dramatic reveal of the familial relationship. Spud finds out he is John's brother, and he has probably the most lackadaisical, mundane reaction to finding out his only living relative is still there and breathing. Because he knows his father wasn't his father, and he knows his mother wasn't his mother.
Yeah.
He admits this. And then John's like, well, you understand what this means. We're brothers. And Spud looks at him and goes,
Gee, ain't that swell?
it's insane. Why would he say that? What's the point?
He's excited, can't you tell?
Can't you tell? Gee, ain't that swell? That's sure good to me, John. Fuck it, Spud, you dumbass. You fucking
Dumb.
long hair.
Dumb Spud kid, child,
Your
person.
fucking DuckTales looking ass hair. You look like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, you son of a bitch. I'm glad you died probably 30 to 40 years ago. Even though you're the youngest person in the movie.
Oh, man.
Because it was filmed 90 years ago.
Yeah.
If that actor was 12, he'd be 102.
He is very much dead.
God bless. I'm glad that kid's dead. Here's his head on a fucking grave. There's his tomb.
His real tomb.
His real tomb. Can't you see it has his face on it?
Oh my god.
But yeah, that happens. Then we get the epic chase scene.
Oh, this is pretty epic.
There's an epic fight scene
Yeah.
of John beating the shit out of the villain.
He rotates Gentry.
Yeah, he gets rotated.
He gets rotated in.
Get rotated in. Here it is. And again. And again.
How? Another time.
That's 4 times in a row, baby. He got his ass kicked. But not enough. Because he ends up running away.
He jumps out a window.
He jumps out a
Which is
window.
right here.
Flees. He's out. Through the window. He makes his brave escape.
Yeah. This isn't the only window action.
No, he's riding away. He's racing away.
John's on his tail.
You get a lot of cuts to horse.
Yeah, there's a lot of horse action here. Horse
What?
sneeze, horse gallop. It's great.
What's important is that Gentry ends up running into a shed. He gets off his horse, runs into a shed.
Yeah.
John, in order to pursue, leaps off his horse through the window on the fucking shed like a missile. And he's chasing. He immediately starts chasing after him.
Yeah.
He's crazy. This man is unhinged. Someone needs to stop him. And he starts beating the shit out of him in another shed.
Yeah. It was crazy.
And then he
It's
dies.
laying here.
And he dies and he gets shot by his own men.
Yeah.
And then, after all this excitement, Micah, lead us out of the movie.
So we get Spud, and we get the love interest Faye, and they're talking, and Spud's like, John, Ted man, his name's Ted in the movie. John, he wants to marry you, right?
No, really now. And then John shows up.
Oh man.
John, I told her you want to marry her. You did what? Oh, don't get all mad now. Because
Yeah.
she said yes.
And then
I did what?
then Spud runs off, and
They
John and Faye,
they pursue.
They pursue, presumably to kick his ass
To kick
one
the-
last time.
one last
once and
time.
for all.
Fuck him up. Put him in his grave. His fucking tomb. Get the whip.
Yeah, and that's how the movie ends.
The movie ends.
What an ending.
What an ending. What
Good
a
job,
film.
Mr. Bradbury, Mr. Robert N.
Bradbury, you made a passable film. And that's
Yeah.
all it needed to be.
It was fine.
It's fine. It's much better when you cut all the shit out of it and don't care about the plot at all.
Yeah.
Those clips, all the good parts of the movie.
Yep.
Except for, there's some good character bits with John Wayne and his fear, his, like, lust for revenge.
Mm.
It's a bit dry, his delivery on a couple of lines, but it's something new. You know? For these movies, at least.
Yeah.
Can't really complain too much about it. But yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah. It's alright.
It's alright. One thumb.
one thumb.
There you
Quick Critics Corner.
Yep.
This was pretty high for these movies. 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 8% higher than The Lucky Texan, which is criminal.
Fucking criminal. The Lucky Texan should be 100%.
It should be.
This movie, honestly, I think they nailed it.
Yeah, maybe 50 at most.
Yeah, at
That's-
peak 50.
Yeah.
Honestly, all these are 50.
Pretty
It's
much.
a real... I couldn't tell you if someone liked this movie or not. Because I'm in so deep.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, like, sipping the Kool-Aid of this project for too long. Like Jonestown. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know what's real and what... It's just the John Wayne, like, fucking filled mind. As we go into hour 12 of this.
Oh, man. Do we have any Wayne's Words of the West?
I have one.
I also have one, I think.
It's when he's beating the shit out of
Yeah.
Spud's father.
Yeah.
Shall we say it at the same time?
I actually have a different one.
Oh.
So you can take that one.
I'll break every bone in your carcass.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, John.
Yeah. It's-
That's crazy. That implies you're gonna take his dead body, because it's a carcass,
yeah.
and then systematically break every bone to desecrate his corpse.
Yeah.
That one's got
Incredible.
layers to it.
That does have
That's not
layers.
just I'm gonna kill you. That's I'm gonna, like, that implies he's gonna destroy his skull too, and all, like, every part of him. So it's like you won't be recognizable as a human being. You'll be an amalgamated puddle of broken bones and, like, flesh,
Human
viscera.
soup. Entity soup. That's
Entity
what you
soup.
call it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my quote is when John reveals his identity to Gentry, and he says, "You left me for dead too, Gentry, but I lived to even the score."
That's badass.
That is bad.
That's stone
Proceeds
cold.
to flip him over.
Oh man,
Oh man.
it's damn good.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's 2 thumbs in total. One
Yeah.
from you, one from
Me.
One from you.
One from me.
That's
2
two.
total.
2 thumbs, 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. It's no Haunted Gold.
Yeah.
It most certainly is no Lucky Texan,
Yeah.
which is rapidly climbing the ranks of movies I've seen in my entire life. Just can't quite express how good of a movie that one is.
And it only goes presumably downhill from here after Hays Code. Like it's gonna be
Theoretically,
it's
yes.
gonna be a real slog, I think.
Well, I don't know. Next movie sounds pretty enticing.
Does it?
We have coming up next. Let me check my folder. We have The Man from Utah. Now, I don't know if you remember the wonders that I had with Riders of Destiny with singing Sandy Saunders.
Oh heavens.
But, brother, we get another singing movie.
Whoa!
John sings in the next one. I'm excited.
I have no expectations.
You probably won't like it.
I probably won't.
I'll probably love it.
But find out for sure next time on
No Pain, No Way.